What the hell did I just watch? What the hell did I just watch, guys? I just finished watching Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. I literally got out the movie theater about 20 minutes ago. It was a mess from the start. I'm talking about even before the movie even started. First of all, I got in the movie theater. The concession line was super long and only had like 2 people working it. And then I get in the theater and the movie still hasn't started because they have a problem with their computer system. So they start the movie late. I'm looking at the screen. This is an IMAX 3D and there's a computer error on the screen. But anyway, they get the movie going. It's a discombobulated mess. This, I think, is the worst Star Wars movie ever made. Ever made. I don't even know where to begin. We're going to be going live tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time because there's a lot to take in with this movie. There is a lot. And I can probably go on for an hour just on this review. I don't want to make this an hour. Right off the bat, I'm not going to hold anything back on this. This is a dumpster fire. Dumpster fire. The original trilogy is completely retcon. The prequels are retcon. And of course, they retcon everything about Last Jedi, and rightly so. That movie was terrible. I never thought that a Star Wars movie could be worse than The Last Jedi. This really is worse than The Last Jedi. The last 30 minutes of this movie is awful. Okay, that is your non-spoiler section for people that don't want to be spoiled. Right now, we're going to jump right into spoilers. And to tell you the truth, I'm going to be lost for words doing this. I'm not going to try to edit it and clean up this video because anybody that saw the movie, you have a million things going through your mind on this. Rey, they tried to make her fail, and it doesn't really work at all. She thinks she kills Chewbacca. She wants to go into exile on Octu. And Luke shows up. She's about to throw a lightsaber into the flames. Luke shows up, and that whole scene is about retconning The Last Jedi. And one thing about Luke is only in one scene in this movie. Think of this, the conclusion of the Skywalker saga, Luke is in one scene. And I don't know who did hair and makeup on Luke. Luke looked terrible. He had like a lone 80s hairband kind of look. He did not look right. Not at all. He really didn't. But there's really nothing to say about Luke. He's in that one scene. And also at the end when he shows up as a Force ghost. Again, that's about it. Leia. Let's talk about Leia. It was pretty obvious that she wasn't supposed to be in this movie. It was clearly obvious. They tried to write around it, and you can tell. Because every time Leia would say something, it would only really be like 2 or 3 words, and that's it. There's no elaborate conversation with her. It's just really, really strange. Now, I will say I did tear up. Leia does die in the movie. And they actually have Billy Lord, who plays Lieutenant Connitz, walk Leia away because Leia seems like she's sick, walks her away, and then Leia lays down and she dies. And I teared up because not necessarily that Leia died, it's because I know that Carrie Fisher passed away. She was our princess, and she's no longer here. That's the only touching moment of this movie. Now, everybody knows that my favorite character is Emperor Palpatine. I thought that Palpatine was going to be a highlight of this movie. He was one of the weaknesses of this movie. He looked terrible. Terrible. They should have called him Count Palpatine instead of Emperor Palpatine. It was like he was a vampire going out to suck blood out of people. He was not the Sith Lord that we come to know and love from Return of the Jedi and from Revenge of the Sith. He's just not that. He's not Darth Sidious. I don't know who he was. It was terrible. Now, Ian McDiarmid acted it really, really well. But J.J. Abrams, what the hell? You have ruined Palpatine. He is terrible in this movie. Terrible. My goodness. And really, to tell you the truth, the first hour of the movie is so jumpy, so choppy. It's jumping from here, jumping to there, everything. Finn wants to tell Rey that he loves her, but he's interrupted because they're about to die or something like that. And he never tells her at all. Never really comes up again, to tell you the truth. Nothing. And when I mean the movie is everywhere in the first hour, and really that's the best part of the movie because the ending is all time horrible. All time horrible. You do hear Anakin and some other Force Ghosts. And the only reason I really knew it was Anakin is because I read the spoilers on who the Force Ghost voices were. You really can't tell who is who. Palpatine is destroyed by Rey, who is his granddaughter. Not Anakin, who is supposed to be the chosen one. Rey is the chosen one now because she destroys the Sith. And yes, she does hijack the Skywalker family name. She is a Palpatine. She is Rey Palpatine. You even see her family. You find out that her family tried to hide her and protect her because her father was the son of Palpatine. And I don't know how he was the father because Palpatine is pretty old. So it is what it is. And I digress for now. They try to protect her from Palpatine. The whole Palpatine scene, especially in it, is terrible. There's this whole long Sith ritual where he wants her to kill him so she can become Empress Palpatine. He actually says that 2 times. It's awful. And it's like in this dark arena. And if you look closely, there's thousands of people and disciples all in hoods. It didn't feel like Star Wars at all to me. Palpatine at the beginning of the movie says the direct line from Revenge of the Sith, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. Why is he saying that? Why is he saying that again? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. George Lucas' Star Wars 1 through 6 is all for nothing. All for nothing, guys. Jar Jar Abrams, you have succeeded with Kathleen Kennedy in destroying the Skywalker name. And I actually ran into a friend. We were in the same movie theater. He brought his young daughter with him to watch the movie. You know, we're both over 40. I'm 42. I think he's probably about 44. He has a young daughter. She's 8 years old. She loved the movie. And I think what Disney wanted to do, they wanted to destroy all the old movies. So when these young little kids grow up, they will say, Rey is the chosen one. She liked the movie. And I said, if you grew up with the old movies, you would understand. This movie is not Star Wars. This sequel trilogy is not canon. It is a disaster. What the hell were you thinking, J.J. Abrams? What the hell you were thinking, Kathleen Kennedy? What the hell were you thinking, Bob Iger? It's over. Thank goodness this is over. Usually I go see a Star Wars movie 2 times just to kind of take it in and see what I miss. There's no point in seeing this movie 2 times. It is that terrible. Absolutely that terrible, guys. Like I said, I'm going live tomorrow. This is just my initial thoughts. I'm all over the place in this review. I know it because there's just so much to talk about on this. And I know my boy Road Trance, he saw it at the same time I did. And he was on Drunk 3PO was live and he sent in a super chat and he said he was sad. It is a sad day for anyone that was a fan of Disney Star Wars. And we haven't even talked about any kind of SJW stuff because it doesn't even matter. I mean, I really didn't see hardly any SJW stuff. You know, the Force powers now are a joke. You know, Palpatine uses the Force Storm. That's a joke. It's over the top. There's Force healing. Rey heals Kylo Ren when she actually stabs him in the stomach. And it's so ridiculous. Oh, man. Kylo Ren does not have a victory once again. Not at all. He loses to Rey. Rey kills him. Rey brings him. Well, she doesn't kill him. He's injured really, really bad. She used the force healing technique that we saw Baby Yoda do in The Mandalorian. I hate that. I do not like that. The force is turning into a joke. A complete joke. One last thing. Everybody know the Knights of Ren were in this movie. Wasted. Completely wasted. The Knights of Ren do nothing. They stand around. They look cool. They don't say anything. That's about it. Sith troopers, they're worthless. They're even more worthless than the regular, white stormtroopers. The Sith troopers just stand there just to die. Nothing good about them. General Hux, he was the mole, and he gets killed off pretty fast. Man, it's been a slow decline actually a fast decline for General Hux. I mean, he was actually pretty good in The Force Awakens. He was awful in Last Jedi, and he was terrible in this movie. Wasted. Well, I need to stop this video right now. We're already like 11 minutes into this video. It's way too long now. So remember, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going live to really kind of dive in and talk more about this movie. This movie gets a big flat F. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts on the movie? Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.